Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the CanUK podcast, the podcast done by fans for fans of everything nerdy. I am your host, Lord X, and I welcome you to this massive show that we have this week, folks. Probably one of the biggest ones we've ever done. And joining me this week in back-to-back appearances, it's the House of Rage, ECW James.
Greetings from wet California. Can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, you've got rain and we've got sun. That's kind of backwards right now.
Yeah. So it's like a weird, bizarro dimension going on.
Well, it is Halloween on the day we're recording.
Yes, happy Halloween.
Yeah, even though it's probably November by the time this podcast comes out.
Details.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got quite the show this week. If you thought we talked long on the last episode, well, get something to drink, probably some food, because we're going to have one hell of a chat here again today.
Oh yeah, we're going to be here a while.
Yeah, because along with the normal news stories, we've got the games of November, we've got a trailer talk to do, and a little bit of comic book movie news happened.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, and that's not including our been playing, been watching, and been reading section.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's going to be an episode. Well, without further ado, let's dive straight into our games of November.
Oh, God, protect me, Paps.
Yeah, this has been the month we've been dreading the most because everything and its mother comes out this month.
But compared to previous years, it doesn't look that bad.
No.
There's a couple wallet empty days on here. But compared to previous years, it's not too bad.
True.
It's still bad, but
it has been worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, Uncharted 3 Collector's Edition, Skyrim Collector's Edition, and Assassin's Creed Revelations Collector's Edition, all in the same month.
Oh, God. Wasn't I also in that podcast?
I think no, we haven't been around that long.
Are you sure? Because I kind of, or maybe we were just talking about it. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not sure right now. Either way, yeah, it's going to be a month. So let's kick it off with the 4th of November. We have BioShock Infinite, the complete edition for 360 and PS3. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for Windows, PS3, PS4, 360, and Xbox One. Citizens of Earth for Windows, PS4, PS Vita, Wii U, and 3DS. Harvest Moon, The Lost Valley for 3DS. Moto GP 14 for Windows, PS3, 360, PS Vita, and PS4. Planes, Fire and Rescue for Wii, Nintendo DS, Wii U, and 3DS. Rocksmith 2014 for the PS4 and Xbox One. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth for PS4, PS Vita, which will be free on PlayStation Plus, Windows, Mac, and Linux. And finally, The Wolf Among Us makes its current gen debut on the PS4 and Xbox One. That's a very good day to kick things off with.
Yes, it is, and with some really strong titles too. I mean, Harvest Moon, I've actually played that with daughter. It's a fun game.
It is. That's a great series.
And then we have, what is it, Rocksmith? What the hell's Rocksmith?
That's the kind of Guitar Hero type game where you plug a real guitar in.
Oh, that's cool. Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Oh, God, I can't. I'm scared.
I can't wait.
I've watched playthroughs of that game. I've even tried playing it a few times. I couldn't handle it.
It is disturbing.
I mean, it's difficult. It's not for casual gamers. That's for damn sure.
Or people who have strong religious beliefs.
The internet. And of course, there's that Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, BioShock Infinite.
Now that's with all the DLC.
I think so. Meh.
Well, I don't know. That last bit of DLC that they had kind of tied it all together. Burial at C2.
hmm
It really tied everything together, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact, the fractured dimensions and all the insanity that came about because of it.
hmm
I love shit like that.
Yeah, true. I never play it myself. I never even got through Bioshock Infinite. Just way too much of a disappointment for me.
I liked it because there was a lot of nods for starters. Like there's this one Easter egg that's in the game that's throughout the entire game is the music.
Hmm.
It's modern day music done in the 1920s and last century style.
Yep. Yeah, I did like that.
I mean, it's not the best gameplay wise,
hmm
but it's the little things that they put in that make it fun.
Yep. Alright. Well,
Pardon
moving on to the 7th, we have Football Manager 2015 for Windows, Mac, and Linux.
Fuck yeah! Football! Woo! Oh, sorry, it's the beer talking.
Okay, nothing really to talk about that
Yeah,
one.
another football simulator. Yay.
Let's move on to the 11th, which is the first big day of the month, for we have Assassin's Creed Rogue for PS3 and 360, Assassin's Creed Unity for Windows, PS4, and Xbox One, Digimon All-Star Rumble for the PS3 and 360. I know Big Boss is excited for that one. Halo, he actually is. He has it pre-ordered as far as I know. Halo, the Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One. Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham for Windows, PS3, PS4, Wii U, 360, Xbox One, 3DS, and PlayStation Vita. Singrin Kagura Bon Appetit for the PlayStation Vita. A cooking game as far as I know. Shape Up for the Xbox One. Sonic Boom! Rise of the Lyric for the Wii U. And no, it's not Guyu's special move. It's an actual Sonic the Hedgehog game. I don't know why nobody's made that connection yet, by the way.
Give them time. Give them time.
Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal for the 3DS. Tales of Hearts R for the PlayStation Vita. And Tropico 5 for the Xbox 360.
So basically what I can tell from this list up is nobody's going to be buying Assassin's Creed Rogue.
No, probably not. They're just going to wait until, I think, January or February when it releases on the PC.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just like, I'm looking at this as like, why would you release two games in the same series on the same day?
Yeah. If anything, they should have released Rogue on the 4th.
Exactly. And I'm surprised they don't have a dumbed down, ported down version of Unity.
I don't think they wanted to do that. They did that with Black Flag, and I think they said it kind of hindered them a little bit because they wanted to take the next-gen consoles as far as they could go.
It's just another Assassin's Creed game. You're
Yeah.
going to get more questions, no answers, and weird, I'm an assassin, but my digital DNA memory tells me other stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just lost.
Yep. The other big one there, I guess, is the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, another Halo collection.
Mm-hmm.
Does it come in a Covenant head this time, or?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it myself either, but I guess for Halo fans, I have a friend who's really excited about it. But yeah, whoop-de-doo.
It's just how many times are you going to release the exact same game with the HD upgrade?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't like buying things more than once.
No.
If I have to.
Mm-hmm.
And how many Master Chief editions have we seen in the past, like 2 years?
Couple, yeah.
A couple, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Give it up, Bungie.
I think the achievement horrors are really happy though because there's something like 4,000 or 5,000 gamers score involved in
Oh,
this. Because
God.
1,000 I think for each game, and then there's 1,000 that spreads across all 4 games. So
That's ridiculous.
yeah. Lego Batman 3. The awesome thing about that one, you can play as Kevin Smith in the game.
What?
Yeah, and Conan O'Brien, I do believe. They're both in
The
that.
Flaming Sea?
What's that?
Will he be the Flaming Sea?
I don't think so.
Wow.
He's himself in the game.
That's cool.
Yep, yeah.
And Sonic Boom, that's the new Sonic series?
Yep.
What, Naughty Dog?
Yeah. Where they redesigned Sonic by giving him a scarf.
And more humanoid.
Yeah, and Knuckles is on steroids now.
Yeah, it looks like you just raided a bunch of DeviantArt pages and went from there.
Yeah. The one I'm most excited about on that day, Tales of Hearts R for the PlayStation Vita. What's cool about this is it's another Japanese import that, was very unlikely that we were going to get. So,
Yeah, they're, like I said, PlayStation, they're on it this time.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing.
Yep. And people, go buy Tales of Hearts R so we can get more Vita games, goddammit.
Yes, we need more of these import games.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are fun.
Yep. And they're good classical JRPGs. Alright, so moving onwards to the 13th, we have Pro Evolution Soccer 2015 for Windows, PS3, PS4, 360, and Xbox One. Shadows Heretic Kingdoms for Windows. And another little expansion, World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor for Windows and Mac.
Hey.
I know a lot of people that are excited for that one, and I'm kind of interested too because they've got that kind of RTS system put into this expansion.
Oh, God, not real-time strategy.
Yeah, but it makes it kind of like the old Warcraft games.
True, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I've been seeing a lot of the updates on Facebook, how like, oh, look how our character models look now.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you guys just do this in the first place?
Yep.
Why wait 12 years, then update everything?
Well, apparently Blizzard thinks that World of Warcraft is going to be around until 2024, so...
It probably will, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we get an expansion, every 2-3 years almost?
About that, yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I've played it. I've enjoyed the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's a time sink.
Yeah. I think it sucks everybody in from time to time. At least once you will play World of Warcraft in your life.
At least once.
Yep. Okay, well, moving onwards to the most frightening day of the month, November 18th. First off, we have Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom for 3DS, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, Windows, and 360.
I've been the one drinking, folks.
Company of Heroes 2, Adreni's Assault for Windows, Dragon Age Inquisition for Windows, PS3, PS4, 360, and Xbox One, Escape from Dead Island for Windows, PS3, and 360, Far Cry 4 for Windows, PS3, PS4, 360, and the One, Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2 for the PlayStation 3 and Vita, Little Big Planet 3 for the PS3 and PS4, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor gets its PS3 and 360 release, Never Alone for Windows, PS4, and Xbox One, Watch Dogs for the Wii U, and WWE 2K15 for PS4 and Xbox One. I believe the Windows thing there is a mistake.
Wow.
What a day.
Yeah.
What a day.
Watch Dogs for the Wii U. Really? Really? Who wanted that?
I'm surprised they just didn't give up on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Let's see.
holy
I'm
fuck
looking at
this
some
thing.
other one. Dragon Age Inquisition. Good God. Escape from Dead Island. I didn't even know they were coming out with that.
Yeah, I think it's a different style Dead Island game.
I hope so. I'm sorry. As much as I like zombie games, that one was kind of meh.
Mm-hmm.
Far Cry 4, eh.
Rideable elephants. That's all I need to say. Rideable elephants and your own pet tiger.
Yeah. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for saying this, but eh.
I'm kind of with you, to be honest.
I mean, some of the concepts and, gameplay ideas are really good, but
Mm-hmm.
they're like pushing it like it's never been done before, but it has.
Yep.
It's rideable elephants. Yay. It's... I'm sure the game's going to be good and all. It's just I'm a little burned out on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to be a discount title for me, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like cool, but I'm not going to get it right away.
Mm-hmm. Then we have Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh my God. That's the game changer right there.
Mm-hmm. Now, hopefully the online works this time around.
Well, I think they learned. At least I like to think they learned.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see. We shall see.
Yep, yep.
Hatsune Miku, Project Diva F2 Second!
I'm actually looking forward to that one, as I'll discuss later on in our bin playing section.
So, those are rhythm games, right?
It's kind of like DDR, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know recently David Letterman had Miku, the hologram, perform live out on a show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a big day, actually.
Big day, and it was kind of a letdown because I guess the stage was too small or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it just looked like a projection on a flat screen.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I've seen concert footage and I was just like, oh my God, she's actually on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
This one's like, oh my God, she's on a TV screen.
Yeah, that was pretty poor presentation for it.
Yeah. And I just love all the commenters are like, no, do not judge this based on this one performance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure live it looked more impressive than it did on television.
Yeah.
Little Big Planet 3, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Especially when it's completely backwards compatible. Every piece of DLC and level you've created before on the first 2 games transfer over to the third one.
See, that's fucking smart. That is, my God, PlayStation once again.
Yep.
Let's see, Never Alone.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I think it's probably a horror indie game, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. Watch Dogs we've talked about. And
yeah,
2K15.
Man, the yearly installment. You should learn by now. It's just a roster update.
Oh, it's more than that this time. I mean, you've got that...
It looks so damn good.
Yep.
It's like, I want to get it, but I'm going to have to wait till they, come out with the downported version.
Well, the PS3 and 360 versions are out now.
They are?
Yeah, but kind of got a bad review, though. They said the NXT mode was really bad. Not much of like a filler. And I think a few things were missing from the creative modes.
See, that's one thing that makes me upset about this game. Every time they get the creative mode right,
Mm-hmm.
they mess with it and mess it up.
Yep.
Like, for the longest time, my biggest pet peeve were the kick pads.
Mm-hmm.
They never went... See, in pro wrestling, kick pads go cover your shins, from the base of your foot all the way up to the knees.
Mm-hmm.
for the longest time, they would stop about 5 inches below the knee. And it would look awful.
Mm-hmm.
And then one year they finally got it right. The kick pads looked good. They had bulk to them. It looked more than just, a different texture for your shin.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was, the hair physics. I'm sorry, the hair never looked right in this game for creative characters.
No. So, yeah, the creative stuff I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the My Career mode thing that they have for the next-gen versions.
Oh.
Where you start off in the Performance Center itself, work your way to NXT, and then work your way up to the main shows.
Oh my god, I love that type of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my favorite things about the TNA Impact game.
Yeah.
You literally start as an indie wrestler in Mexico,
mm-hmm.
and you work your way back up to the big leagues to get your revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the booker had you beat up and thrown out and killed. I don't know. The story was really crazy and off the wall, which worked for that game, but
mm-hmm.
I wish more wrestling games did stuff like that, where you start as a nobody.
Yeah.
And just, work your way up. Not start off as, you're kind of mid-carder on the show. Can you, perform and get better? And
yeah. And what I like, too, about their My Career mode is it's not about winning. It's putting on a show for the people. Like,
yes.
You can lose a match, but still advance further if you put on one hell of a match.
Yeah, why can't more games be like that? Like, for example, sporting games. If you lose a match, it's,
mm-hmm.
well, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Why can't it be like, okay, you lost, but it was a close lose, so, there's a lot of public support for you.
Yeah, exactly. It puts you over, kind of like in wrestling right now where Dean Ambrose hasn't been winning many matches. He's lost most of his big matches, but he's more over than most other people right now.
Do not get me started. I've watched... We'll talk about that later.
Right. But, yeah, like, this My Career mode thing is going to be a game changer, I think, if it is as good as it sounds. And I love the fact that if you and a friend have a game, and you're both doing the My Career mode, your friend's created character can actually show up in your My Career mode.
Oh my god, I need a PS4 now!
So yeah, WWE 2K15, really looking forward to that one. I've got the collector's edition pre-ordered, so I'm really excited.
Does it come with any statues?
It comes with an autograph from Hulk Hogan, a
That's
piece
cool.
of ring mat from the day that he came back to the WWE, and it's pretty cool. And is actually an actual collectible thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And a special limited edition Hollywood Hulk Hogan pop vinyl figure.
I remember back in the day I bought the WWE before they were stars,
mm-hmm.
and it came with a Hulk Hogan bobblehead. I never got the whole thing with bobbleheads, but I got that, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as some people do know, I'm a big lover of those pop vinyls. I've got way too many now.
Yeah. What's the count at now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Jesus.
I've most recently added Loki and The Undertaker to my collection.
It's funny because I was talking to my daughter and she's thinking about starting to collect pop vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh, you're so cool.
They are highly addictive to collect.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Whew, okay.
But let's get to the 21st, shall we?
Yeah. This day. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for the 3DS, and Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U.
The 21st is officially Nintendo Day. There is no other games being released that day.
Yeah, that's because anybody else don't release on Friday, because Nintendo's weird like that.
I look at it like this. That's kind of a smart marketing deal.
Yeah.
Beat the big rush, and when people, go in to get these big title games, your CODs, Far Cries, and, the shelves are going to be empty, and they're going to be like, oh, here, Nintendo games are in. Kids love Pokemon. Smash Brothers. Everybody loves Smash Brothers.
Exactly. And, well, I've got both of these pre-ordered, so that's going to be a fun day for me. And with Smash Brothers, I have the GameCube adapter bundle, so that's $100 right there.
Oh my God.
So, between the 18th...
How many jobs are you working again? You still got both your kidneys, right?
Well...
Oh God. Are we doing this podcast from a tub filled with ice?
Well, Mr. Lecter's happy, I can put it that way.
Oh, father be.
But yeah, that's going to be an expensive 3 days for me. Thankfully, 2K15, my parents are going to buy that for me for Christmas, so that gives me the slack in order to get Smash Brothers and Pokemon on the same day.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, Smash Brothers, I cannot wait. They had the big Nintendo Direct there last week, and holy fuck, the amount of stuff they revealed for that.
It's a good time to be a gamer.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. For a while there, it was kind of like shitty. Excuse my French. Like we fucking care. But, it was shitty for a while there. It's just like, just crap games, crap AAA games. Like,
port.
Ports, downgrades, upgrades, really shitty first-person shooters. And now it's like, it's getting better.
Yep. And Nintendo's getting better. My God. It's worth owning a Wii U now.
I know. I mean, they started off, it was just kind of like, oh, here's a Wii U, here's 2 games. I mean, how many podcasts have we made fun of Nintendo for not doing nothing for the Wii U?
Yeah, exactly. So many.
And now here it is, holiday time, their biggest sales.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Just all the Wii U stuff coming out.
Yep.
And it's going to be good.
Every single month there's something major coming out for the Wii U right now.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Alright, well, let's
We're not done yet!
No, but we're on to the cool down section of the month now. On the 25th, we have Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions releasing on the PS3 and PS4. And just a note, it releases on the 26th for the 360 and the Xbox One. We have Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth for the 3DS. Fuck, I want that game. And Penguins of Madagascar for the 3DS and Wii U.
Because Nickelodeon kids need a Penguins game. It's on Nickelodeon, right?
Is that a Nickelodeon franchise?
I think so.
No, I don't know.
It's not Cartoon Network, that's for sure.
No, it's based on the movies. Escape from Madagascar.
I know, there's a TV series. My daughter used to watch it.
Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. Like, the writing's really clever for a kid's show. Like, we're talking SpongeBob level here.
Okay. I do know from what I've seen, the penguins are pretty cool, though. So.
Yeah. But do they deserve their own game?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Biggest one on that day is probably Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth.
Yes. I've just recently started dipping my toe into Persona lore. That, my God, that is some crazy stuff.
Yep.
But a lot of it's really groundbreaking, character development-wise.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too far into that because, oh God, this podcast is going to be so...
That's a whole nother conversation right there.
Yeah. Geometry Wars! This game has been around for years.
This is the first time it's coming to a PlayStation console.
That's your phone.
Yes, it was. Getting a notification from the WWE app. Let's put
Oh.
that on mute right now.
No. Do tell. Do tell.
I cleared it off before I looked at it.
Oh.
Yeah, Geometry Wars, first time on a PlayStation console. That's a fun franchise from what I know.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. It's one of those difficult but fun games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And then it's coming out on the the next day,
Mm-hmm.
which makes no sense.
It's the day's stores.
360 at the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's cool. Alright, so the last known game for the month, on the 27th, we have Raven's Cry for Windows, Mac, Linux, and Steam OS.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. So finally, on the to be announced section, maybe these have release dates by the time this podcast comes out, but Alone in the Dark, Illumination for Windows, Rabbids Invasion, the interactive TV show for the 360, Xbox One, and PS4. That kind of scares me. Rollers of the Realm for PS4, PlayStation Vita, and Windows. And finally, The Swapper comes to the Wii U.
Another Rabbids game. Oh my god.
That's all the world needed. Thanks, Ubisoft.
All I gotta say is I've actually played the one of the DS games they had, and it was that much fun should not be allowed. Because it's literally stupid, mindless fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing it so much to the point where my daughter was like, "Dad, I want my game back." And another Alone in the Dark game. Am I starting to slur too bad?
No, you're still good.
Okay. Another Alone in the Dark game. Really?
It's probably just a remake or something.
Why can't they just go back or just let this franchise die? What was the last one they did where you can actually skip entire sections of the game?
I can't remember now.
But you know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Where you can literally, like, do you wish to skip this chapter? Yes! Click. It's like, fuck, why even make the game?
Yeah.
Just do, like, a CGI audiobook or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
The
anyways...
The Swapper. I think that's going to be the game of the month right there.
It's a good puzzle game from what I've known about it.
And people love puzzle games.
Yep.
Candy Crush. Look at that shit.
I think it's a little more advanced than Candy.
Well, you know what I mean. Puzzle games people go nuts over.
Mm-hmm. I think in the Swapper you clone yourself. It's one of those.
God, that's... Yeah. I went to a really dark place when you said that. I'm so...
I thought I had it here, but I don't see it on my... Ah, yes, I do own it on Steam. What don't I own on Steam at this point?
I know, right?
Yeah. Anywho, from what I know, that is a good game, so who knows? Maybe that could be the game of the month for the Wii U if Smash Brothers wasn't coming out.
Yeah, if Smash Brothers. God, I'm so tired of Smash Brothers already.
But now 8-player Smash. That's going to be
that's going to be chaotic. I'm just wondering, how many characters are already banned from competitions?
Well, back in Brawl, I think it was only Meta Knight.
Meta Knight and... no, there was one other.
Oh, okay. No.
I can't remember who.
I honestly can't wait. The 3DS version was a lovely taste, but everything about this game is screaming awesome. And I loved how they announced the 8-player Smash thing. Because they had the announcer guy like showing a fight, and he's like, if we zoom out, you notice right here, what's that? A 5th competitor! That's right, 5-player Smash. But wait, there's more!
Oh my God.
6-player Smash! But while we're at it, 8-player Smash!
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's,
Yeah.
That's going to be nuts, especially with all the created characters.
Yeah, and the created stages.
What? They're doing stages too?
Stage creation is back, and now you can use like the stylus and the Wii U tablet, so you can literally draw whatever shapes you want to put on there.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of not safe for work stuff. I can tell you that right now.
Yep. Alright, so I do believe that's going to do it for our Games of the Month. We're already half an hour into this podcast.
Just the games.
Yep. And this next one's going to take up a bit of time too, because time to bring back a favorite segment of ours. It's Trailer Talk. And this week we have the very first trailer for Avengers Age of Ultron.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that trailer. Like, where do we even begin?
There are not enough words in the human language to describe how mind-blowing and amazing this was.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from James Spader as the voice of Ultron.
Oh, he's perfect.
Right off the bat, I want to say thank you to Marvel for not digitizing his voice to make it sound like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Giving him a straight human-sounding voice just made it even more eerie.
Yep.
More I mean, literally, Ultron is a scary character.
He is.
And the fact that they're sticking with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, oh my god, yes, yes, yes!
While we're going on sounds, the music they used for the trailer.
Which is perfect because they're owned by Disney, so they could use that song. Oh my. I realized I was like, wait, that's the Pinocchio. Oh, I see what they did there.
Yep. Goodbye childhood, because holy fuck, they made that song creepy.
And the fact he actually referenced the song.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have no strings.
No strings on me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and all the action shots that we got. I mean, the big one, come on. The absolute biggest shot in that trailer. The Hulkbuster armor.
Oh, I was going to say the broken shield.
Okay, that's a big one. I mean, action shot-wise.
Yeah, action, yes. The Hulkbuster. Oh, my. I'm just wondering in my head what happens. What drives David Banner to the point where it's just like, yeah, I can't, I'm way too angry now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, how much of control does Banner have at that point over the Hulk?
If any, which will lead into, I'm sure, the Civil War stuff and the Infinity War. Sorry.
But, yeah, just pulling some of that. We are first looks at, like, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who look great.
Mm-hmm. Who knew the kid from Kick-Ass would make a great Quicksilver?
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so much in this one little trailer. And then we got the extended version that came out on Agents of
Which
S.H.I.E.L.D.
I love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Hydra leaked that.
No, they leaked the original trailer, according to Marvel.
I think that was all planned.
Probably was.
I honestly think that was planned.
Yep. And if it wasn't
one reason to love this, you know?
Yeah.
But, oh god, that extended trailer, which was the one that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
Of everybody sitting at Tony Stark's pad, having drinks, hanging out, which, you know, honestly, as a comic book lover, that was always the issues I liked the best. Mm-hmm. Where it was these great, powerful beings doing normal things.
Yep.
Like, one of my favorite issues of the X-Men was right after the initial Onslaught series. Mm-hmm. Took place on a Friday morning, and it was just everybody coming together for breakfast. Mm-hmm. It was well written, well illustrated, and it was just, a slice of life.
Yeah.
It was like, God, all the stuff we just went through, it was pretty much the shawarma scene from the first Avengers.
Right.
Just everybody sitting there after the battle, just, fuck, I'm hungry.
Yep.
It's the humanizing moments about the hero lore that I like the most. And to see everybody hanging out, having drinks, cracking jokes, and Thor just being, oh, I'm great, I'm powerful. Hey, try to lift my hammer. I dare you. And then Tony Stark with the fucking thruster arm and still lift it.
Him and Rhodey trying to do it. Not to mention the look on Thor's face when Cap tried to lift it.
Almost, and it budged a little, and then Thor's like, "Uh-oh."
Then Banner suggesting Widow try and lift it,
and she's like, "Straight no, I don't need to test that." Scarlett Johansson, she'll forever be Black Widow.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, such a good trailer. Such a good... I mean, it's a great hype builder. Like next
and
day
it's
cannot come
it's
fast
so
enough.
close. It is so close. Literally just like, what?
God.
5 months away? 6 months away?
6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're less... Well, half a year away, to say.
Still... I mean, we're probably in November by the time this podcast go up. And so December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, 6 months, half a year.
Wow. Yeah.
This year has been going by really fast.
It has. It really, really has.
But, oh, God, I can't. And, another thing about Ultron. Facial expressions.
Yeah. If you're going to have an actor like James Spader, you want that facial expression.
Yeah. Because
it looks menacing at the end of the trailer.
Very. I'm glad I didn't go with the way too comical look. Because, Ultron has a certain look about him.
Yep.
And honestly, he reminds me of a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Now, he's got the scary eyes and scary mouth.
We still might see that version, because he will go through different transformations throughout the movie, we've been told.
Sure. But what we've seen in the trailer, when he says, there's no strings on me, that one scene, you see eyebrow movement, you see facial expressions.
Maybe he'll pull a Frieza on us and be like, this isn't even my final form.
Oh, I think the crowd would go nuts if he actually said that. This isn't even my final form. I think James Spader would go nuts if he actually said that.
And apparently, too, like, everything we saw of Ultron in that trailer, even the very first scene of him, like, stumbling out the kind of, like, version 1 of Ultron, that was James Spader acting that as well. Like, he was doing the full mocap for that.
That's another thing Marvel's been doing right. Even with their mocap, it's the actual actor. Like, with it all started with Edward Norton in the Incredible Hulk remake.
Yep.
And Mark Ruffalo did it in Avengers. I still want to see a Hulk movie.
I do too.
Because it doesn't have to be an establishing movie because, we've had so many origin movies for the Hulk at this point.
Yeah. Well, technically with the Incredible Hulk, it wasn't necessarily an origin story because they covered that within the first, 5 minutes.
Yeah, but still, it was the first one didn't exist, Ang Lee.
Oh, God, no.
Even though it did have some good points about it, the rest of the movie was just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing, Ang?
Yep.
Ang, stop it. Go home, Ang, you're drunk. But I want to see a movie where he fights the leader, or let's see. The Absorbing Man was already on Agents of Shield,
Yeah.
but we need a Hulk movie before they do what we think they might do with the Planet Hulk thing.
Yeah.
Because this trailer kind of is pointing to that direction.
Yeah.
Because you see, the scenes of them after, I guess, their first defeat at the hands of Ultron. Mark Ruffalo just kind of, covered up like, what have I done?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
they're all pretty shaken up in that one scene in the Quinjet. None of them are looking at each other. They're all off in their own world, basically.
Yeah, which, the test of a true hero.
And that's the other thing. This full trailer, it's dark. We haven't seen this level
my
of
God, very
darkness,
dark.
which kind of worries me in one fashion because we got no jokes, completely dark trailer, and this is being directed by Josh Whedon. Everybody's going to die.
I know, right? I mean, that's how it was with Buffy. That's how it was with Firefly. I mean, even at his darkest, he still had those little jokes, little things that he'd throw out there just to lighten things up.
And I'm sure we're going to get that. There was the, a little bit later, we're going to talk about a certain event, and there was another scene from Age of Ultron shown there, which you get a little bit of humor added into it.
True. But, oh my God, just excited.
All right, well,
like nipples hard excited. I know that's TMI, but still.
And I'm writing that down for our title here.
I can cut that with my nipples.
Okay, so we've got another big section to go over now in a bit in our news section. So let's dive into our news stories. Let's get the gaming stuff out of the way right away. So why don't you give us our first news story?
Copy this real quick. Now, to warn everybody, I really haven't looked at these yet. I read the titles and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Neither one is a groundbreaking discussion anyway.
All right, let's see. PlayStation Plus November content revealed.
Woo. What are we getting for November?
November seems the rumors included The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which we talked about in our Games of November. Will be one of the titles on offer. Joining the freshly realized game will be a reboot Western Mish SteamWorld Dig.
Which is an awesome game.
PSV owners, in the meanwhile, will get a shooter strategy title, Frozen Synapse Prime. If it's not our cup of tea, Luftwaffes?
Luftwaffes, I think.
Luftwaffes?
Yeah.
Flying Pants? Is a modern arcade shooter where you try to complete objectives in order to power up your aircraft. Yeah, I think it's Luftwaffe.
Oh, okay.
Luftwaffes. Yeah. It's German. Last but no means least, the Vita owners will also have the Hungry Horde, in which you need to struggle and infect as many people as you can before the government nukes you. So it's a zombie simulator.
Pretty much.
Oh my God, that's awesome. All of these games will be available on Tuesday, November 4th, which is also when last month's offerings disappear.
Oh wait, you forgot the other Vita game.
Let's government nukes you and the Puzzler Escape Plan.
Yay!
All these games will be available on Tuesday, November 4th, which is also when last month's offerings disappeared. So if you want to play Dust and Elysium Tale, Spelunky, Arkham Asylum, good game. Pix the Cat, Dungeons & Dragons, Chronicles of Mysteria, or Rainbow Moon, you better act quick, folks. You only got a few days left.
Yep, download them now.
Yep, by the time this goes up, they would be gone. So
yeah.
Sad face.
Yeah. Going to the list of games there for November, though, you know what's incredible about all 6 of those games?
What's that?
They'll all be playable on the Vita. So, November, if you're a Vita owner, it's early Christmas.
Yes. I concur.
All right. Well, moving forward with our second video game news, the awesome RPG Valkyria Chronicles, I think was number 10 on my top 50 PS3 games list, is finally releasing on the PC November the 11th. So that is awesome. That game is incredible and is well worth a playthrough.
Yes.
So if you didn't own a PS3 before, now's the time to pick up Valkyria Chronicles. Support it, and who knows, maybe they'll port over the second and third game to the PC as well.
You know, I love the fact that PlayStation is actually starting to import all these games that normally people wouldn't get a chance to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them are really damn good.
Yep. Yeah, Valkyria Chronicles was a sleeper hit, really. And the second one only released for PSP. So, yeah.
So hopefully, this will do well, which will tell them that's like, the West, they love these type of games. They love the JRPGs.
Yep.
No matter how weird or crazy they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for example, like there's more Persona games that have been released in Japan that haven't been released in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad.
Yep.
It makes me sad inside. And that's not a good thing.
No. Well, there is one good thing about this as well. For once we can say, good job, Sega.
Words that have not been uttered in many a millennia.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's hit the movie news. And you're going to kick us off with a...
Scratching the surface. Kind of scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Surface.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been reported that one Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be playing Doctor Strange.
Woo!
And I, for one, am very excited to hear this.
Me too.
For the past several months, quite a few names have been popping up while discussing Marvel Studios' adaptation of the comic book series Doctor Strange. Joaquin Phoenix, Jared Leto,
I think.
Leto? Well, were just 2 names on the growing list. Well, according to Deadline, the role is more likely going to one Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch of Sherlock Holmes fame.
Mm-hmm.
The site says the actor is now in final negotiations to become the Marvel Cinematic Universe Doctor Strange. Now, before we started recording, we had a conversation about a few other actors that were interested in the role. Mm-hmm. One being a Mr. I don't know if anybody's heard of him. He's been around for a while. He's done a few movies. Edward Scissorhands. He played a pirate a few times.
I love how you're building this up.
What's his name again? Johnny something Depp. I think what's that it? Johnny Depp?
Dapper Dan, isn't it?
Dapper Dan, yeah. He was kind of interested in some kid wearing round glasses with a lightning bolt on his scar on his head, wanted to play him as well. Mm-hmm. Just apparently a lot of actors that normally don't do, well, aside from those 2 actors, that don't do fantasy or action movies are actually trying out for this role, mm-hmm. which is showing, the public just how popular comic book movies are becoming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, for a while there, it used to be like, oh, you did a superhero movie?
Yeah, good for you.
I'm sorry. Were you able to make the payment on your mansion? Mm-hmm. Because for a while there, it was bad.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, good God. Catwoman.
Oh, don't
Ah,
talk about Catwoman.
Steel. Ugh.
And don't forget the classic of them all, Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck was good, goddammit. I will fight till my grave. The budget they had, for the support from the studio they had, the animatronics alone on the duck mask was amazing.
That is very true, yes.
Especially for the mid-'80s. You got to remember when the movie was made.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it was filmed entirely in my hometown of Sacramento, California.
Oh, cool.
And the nuclear power station that they went to with Rancho Seco, which is about 25 miles south of me.
Oh, cool.
I've been there. It's actually a nice place for a nuclear power plant.
Anyway.
Watch Howard the Duck, goddammit. It's a good movie. Besides, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Spoilers.
Oh, man. But yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean...
A very serious actor.
Yep. And a workaholic, too. Man, he doesn't stop.
No, he doesn't.
Yep. And, well, it's not official yet. It's only being reported that he's in final talks. But if he gets Doctor Strange under his belt, you look back at his career, he's got Sherlock, he's got Smog, he's got Khan, he's got Kif from Futurama.
Yeah.
And coming up, he'll be Shere Khan in Andy Serkis's Jungle Book movie.
Oh, God, that's right.
Like, the man doesn't stop.
He loves playing literary classic characters.
Yep. And I think if anybody...
I'm sorry, Doctor Strange is a classic character at this point.
He really is, yes. And if anybody can, cast out nonsense magical spells and do it without making it look like a joke, it's going to be this guy.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, he might be able to give it the character a level of credibility Doctor Strange really hasn't had in a while.
Exactly.
And once again, I'm so fucking excited about this.
Oh, I guess this is a good time to transition to our big news of this week.
Undo your belts, folks.
Yep. Tuesday, Marvel held a event to announce something for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, some people were assuming, it's probably just going to be, here's the Doctor Strange announcement, and maybe we'll hear something else in regards to Ant-Man or Age of Ultron, something like that. But as the event started to get underway, people started to notice who was there. And this included, well, the likes of Kevin Feige, who hosted the event, Scott Derrickson, I can't pronounce his last name for the life of me, but the guy who's directing Doctor Strange was there. The Russo brothers showed up. Josh Whedon showed up.
Oh
so
my God.
They had the creative team there, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, things started to get underway. Kevin Feige was talking about, what was
Feige.
Feige, yes, sorry. His last name's so weird. I'm just going to say Kevin.
Because you're Canadian. You know a lot about weird last names.
I'm just going to call him Kevin from here.
That works.
Yeah. Kevin started to talk about it, and he's like, okay, and today we're here to talk about Phase 3. And they dove into it, and the first one was like, well, we all know that Captain America is coming up on May 6, 2016. The logo popped up, and it had the subtitle, Serpent Society. And people actually got excited for it. Thought, oh, that's going to be awesome. Then later on we find out that was just a clever ruse, and the movie on May 6, 2016 is going to be Captain America, Civil War. And it was confirmed that Robert Downey Jr. will be in the movie.
Fuck! fuck?
Yeah. Let's keep going through the list before we dive into
Okay.
discussion. Then they were like November 4th, 2016. Doctor Strange, the official release. That is fucking awesome. Then next up, they were like, well, we got somebody here with a special announcement for you all. They cut to the screen. It's James Gunn. And he basically talks about how he's really excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and just can't wait till July. So the new release date is now May 5th, 2017. So that's awesome. Then next up, Kevin takes the stage again and says it's time for a return of one of the more popular Avengers. And thus, on July 28th, 2017, we've got Thor Ragnarok. Mind blown.
Oh my god.
Then, next up, we moved on to November 3rd, 2017. Black Panther.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then he skipped over May 4th, 2018, because he wanted to continue the trend of revealing new characters. So on July 6th, 2018, Captain Marvel. And as Kevin said, there's been a lot of people with that name over the years, but this Captain Marvel goes by Carol Danvers.
Yes.
So we have our first female-led superhero movie. Then he continued on to November 2nd, 2018, where he said, the next movie will star not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but dozens of new super-powered beings, and will open up a whole new realm for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Inhumans.
Oh my god. Yes.
Then finally, Kevin went on to talk about all that they've done so far and what they've been building towards, and they show a little trailer, clips and sound bites from all of the past Marvel movies, which finally led to the reveal of Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, with all the Infinity Stones into it. Avengers, Infinity War, Part 1, May 4th, 2018. Part 2, May 3rd, 2019. Holy fuck. Like, if you thought our last discussion about DC, we were excited for DC. We really were after they revealed what they had coming up. Everybody knows by this point on this show that we are massive Marvel fans, and
yes,
this is Christmas Day.
Oh dear God, yes.
This is Christmas mixed with your birthday,
mixed with Hanukkah, because you're getting gifts every fucking day. Before I get started, when was the Wonder Woman movie supposed to be out?
Let me actually pull up the last set of notes. I do believe it's 2017.
So, a year after Marvel's doing their first female lead. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. A year before, you mean?
Never? Yeah, a year. Well, wait. You said 2017.
Yeah.
Well, Captain Marvel's coming out 2018, so it'll be a year after.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, I've seen people like complaining about stuff like that, saying how, DC's beating them to the push with a female-driven superhero movie. Fact is, Wonder Woman's well known, so it makes sense that DC was going to do this.
Yeah, because she's pretty much essential to the Justice League that they're pushing.
Yeah, she's part of the Holy Trinity, for Christ's sakes.
The Holy Trinity.
Well, the DC Holy Trinity.
Yeah, okay, thank you. That was good enough.
Just like how Marvel has their Trinity of Iron Man, Cap, and Thor.
True. Which is a sausage fest.
Yeah. Anyways, we should dive into each of these movies right now.
Oh my God, Civil War.
Mm-hmm. Which, I skipped over it, but also in this movie will be the first appearance of Black Panther.
Oh my god.
And apparently he's going to be playing a big role in the movie too, so. But yeah, Cap 3, it has Iron Man into it.
And I can't believe they're diving right off the bat into the Civil War like this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they would have at least waited a little while longer, just to introduce a few more characters.
Well,
But,
it's mostly going to be Civil War in name.
true, but we don't know how far they're going to push it.
This is very true.
I mean, if you look at all the cameos that we had in Captain America 2: Winter Soldier, Barak the Leaper, Crossbones, and computer guy, the monitor face dude. Zola. Because that set up the foundation for Zola. And which is great because the way they did it was perfect.
Yep.
It was absolutely perfect, and he's a program, which means he can be, backup copies.
It's also to note here that Black Panther will be played by Chadwick Boseman, who most recently has been known for his roles as, what's the baseball player? The famous baseball player, the black guy. Fuck me.
Yeah,
42, the movie anyway.
Yeah, that
and
guy.
he played James Brown in the documentary type thing.
Now he's a superhero.
Yep. Well, where do you go after playing two incredibly well-known African-American people in history?
Talented people, too.
Yeah. You become a goddamn superhero. That's what you do.
Yeah. You become the fucking king of Uganda.
Yeah.
With their crazy alien technology. Well, depending on which book you read, I don't know.
Yep. And I'm going to say again, Kevin did say that they have planted the seeds already for Wakanda. And, in the Avengers trailer, we saw something there hinting towards Black Panther. Andy Serkis.
Serkis. He's just everywhere these days.
Yep. But he's not CGI this time around, so... Wait, I know what it is.
But he's actually a damn good actor.
Yep. Actually, I know what it is. The Andy Serkis we saw in the Age of Ultron trailer, that's all CGI. He's just playing himself.
He wrote that himself. If I ever had the money, I would do that movie. Andy Serkis, I want to play you, but we're going to be completely CGI. And what's the name of the movie? Waste of money.
And it makes $2.5 billion.
Exactly. Andy Serkis has breakfast. That's the name of the movie. But it's going to be completely CGI with
But yeah, Civil War. Man, just alone having Robert Downey Jr. to come in and play Iron Man in the movie?
That's just, oh my god. Like, how many characters are they going to introduce in that movie alone?
Yeah.
They're going to have to. I mean, even if it's just a shadow of, the actual massive storyline that was in Marvel for the longest time. Even if it's just a shadow, you're going to have to introduce dozens of characters. Which might be the smart way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like we talked in the last podcast, Punisher. He has a pivotal role in it.
He did, yeah.
Of Captain America.
And hopefully, I really hope they bring him in for this.
I hope so too. Or at least, just him as Frank Castle. Before the whole Punisher thing start. Or hell, maybe the Punisher might be the catalyst for this.
Could be, yeah.
Because, to introduce Speedball and what is it, the New Warriors?
Yeah, the New Warriors, yep.
Yeah, because that would be kind of ridiculous.
I honestly don't think they're going to go that route with, Nitro blowing up, killing people and whatnot. This is going to be a direct aftermath of Age of Ultron, I think.
Yeah. With a little bit of with a lot of Hydra thrown in. I was going to say a
Yeah.
little, but apparently Hydra has been playing a major role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just even more excited about this because even, Baron von Strucker, his sibling, his kids
Mm-hmm.
became super-powered, evil masterminds,
Mm-hmm.
which is great.
Yep.
And it opens so many doors, especially now that, Marvel's getting around the mutant loophole
Yep.
by just introducing the new humans, the
Yep.
Inhumans, excuse me.
Yep, that was the perfect way. It's like, boom. Well, fuck the X-Men. We've got our own batch of different people with genetics.
Yeah, born with powers so powerful they can't live among society.
Well, they have, during the talk about the Inhumans, Kevin Feige did mention the, something mist that is involved in the Inhumans, where they go into that mist and they come out with powers.
Mm-hmm.
So he did mention that, so we know they're sticking to that formula for the Inhumans.
My question is, who's going to play Black Bolt?
Maybe they'll get Vin Diesel again. Limit his vocabulary once again.
He doesn't talk. That's the funny thing.
All I want from the Inhumans, I want fucking Lockjaw. Lockjaw has to be in the movie.
A giant fucking dog. British pit bull. With a tuning fork on his forehead.
Exactly. He has to be into it. That's all I want from him.
Talking back to it, there's no way they're not going to do Lockjaw.
Yep.
Now watch next week. There's going to be an announcement Lockjaw not to be in it.
Lockjaw, played by Bill Murray.
Oh my god. That too much. That would be too much.
Yeah. Oh. 2016, November 4th, we have Doctor Strange.
Strange, and I've mentioned it before, but this movie needs to start with Benedict Cumberbatch or whoever they finally decide is Doctor Strange in a phone booth calling his house. Wong, pick up the phone. It's Steven. Oh, Steven, what's wrong? I need you to go to the bookcase, grab this book, open up this page, and read me off the spell. Why? And then it, pans out and he's in the phone booth that's like floating in this weird alternate dimension. I'm lost. Boom, opening. Doctor Strange.
That would be great.
And then the rest of the movie paid no attention to that opening. Just average, everyday, ordinary stuff. I mean, what better way than like, oh yeah, he deals with mysticism. He deals with alternate universes and, beings from, different planes of reality. Than just having that as your opening.
Yeah. Yeah, and they did say that it's going to deal with, parallel dimensions, string theory, all the stuff that we haven't seen yet, the mystical side of the Marvel Universe.
Which also means we can see Dormammu.
Yeah, and if they need another villain after Thanos, there you go.
There you go. I mean, shit, that also opens up the door for, like, hell. And also...
Ghost Rider!
The Ghost Rider reboot would be awesome. I'm sorry, I watched Ghost Rider 2, and... why do I do this to myself? It was bad. But no, I'm not going to... No. Doctor Strange, yes. Dormammu, yes. Hell, yes. Fucking M.
Yep. Better,
yes.
More do.
Also,
And who knows, maybe they'll bring in the Mandarin for this.
Yeah, well, they're leading to it. The Hail to the King, the special, one shot.
We know the real Mandarin is out there.
And he was pissed. Oh, God, was he pissed. He's Like, really? Really? You got a white guy to portray me? Hell no. Oh, that's going to be good. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I still haven't seen the first one.
I saw it 7 times.
Only 7?
Only 7.
Is it still in theaters?
No, not
Oh,
anymore.
that's why you've only seen it 7 times.
Yeah.
But with Christmas coming up, it should be coming out on DVD pretty damn quick.
December 9th.
There you go.
Then,
We're a month away.
yep. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, cannot wait for that. As far as I know, the entire creative team is back for that, so more goodness, and we're going to find out about Star-Lord's dad.
Yay.
Well, they have said it's not going to be the same as the comic book version, so people are speculating that maybe it's Adam Warlock.
I hope so. Because that would make sense. You know, they showed the cocoon in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, they popped out on spoiler. But still, I got to see this movie.
Yep.
Everyone tells me how damn good it is.
It is damn good. It is damn good. Yeah, the next big one, as Kevin talked about, will change the entire landscape of the Marvel Cinematic Universe again, like the Winter Soldier did. And that's Thor Ragnarok. Ragnarok being the end of all things.
Mm-hmm. Also, the name of the giant wolf.
Mm-hmm.
That brings about the end.
Yep. And it was confirmed that Loki will be back for this movie.
Yes! Yes! Fangirls rejoice!
At the event, that actually got a bigger applause than when Kevin said that Chris Hemsworth would be back.
Because people love... He's just done such a good job with that role.
Mm-hmm.
That it doesn't hurt that Chris... You know, that he's actually a nice guy.
Yep.
I've watched so many interviews with him where the people are just like purposely fucking with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he just plays along.
Yep. Now I want you to picture this. Comic-Con. You have Tom Hiddleston out as Loki, and Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Those two on the same stage together.
Oh my god. I think the universe would implode at that point.
Yeah.
No, the catalyst for that is if Mr. T came in. Then the universe, because Mr. T was actually a Marvel Comics line for a while.
He was.
Him and the A-Team. Oh, the 80s.
Oh, then we have Black Panther, which we're incredibly excited for.
Yeah, I've never really been into the actual books of Black Panther, but I always liked the character.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, here was, you know, a king, royalty, who was fighting not just for his people, but for pretty much any oppressed society.
Yep.
You know, he could have just, you know, lived off the wealth of the land like, you know, many other people that he fights against do. But no, he chose to stand up for what is right.
Yep.
You know, it's literally a great morality tale.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he can hang with Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
you know, fighting-wise and everything like that is like, but he's human.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no super serum. Well, it can be debated if he, you know, dispersed the Great Panthers with him or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, depending on which series you read.
Mm-hmm. But essentially, he's like Batman.
Yes, he's like Batman. Except for he has an entire nation that knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole, yeah, I don't know. I'm stepping there.
Yeah. We'll skip over the next one first for Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
We best save that for last.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, female lead role with some amazing powers.
Yep. As Kevin said at the event, I'm going to say that a lot, she will essentially be like the most powerful character we've seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe up until that point.
Yeah. Because so far it's just been, altered humans, super athletes, stuff like that.
Yep.
And now we're actually getting some with some straight up superpowers.
Mm-hmm. Like Superman level shit right there.
Yeah. But it's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And not just a woman, but if I remember correctly, what was her rank in the military again?
Um, she was high up there.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a general yet because she wasn't old enough, but
Mm-hmm.
captain, lieutenant,
Colonel, perhaps?
maybe that's still, that's someone in their 40s usually.
True, yeah. But either way, she was up there.
But yeah, definitely above sergeant, that's for sure. Which, for a female officer, as bad as it to say, is quite extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
And plus I'm just wondering who's the antagonist going to be.
Hmm.
And, like we said, she's very powerful.
Yeah.
Super speed, super strength. I forget if this one has blasters.
Mm.
She has the blasting power, force,
Yeah,
whatever.
she absorbed energy and fired it back.
Okay, yeah, so that's a pretty hefty power.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to need someone to, push her to the limit.
Yep.
So who would it be?
Oh, even though she is an Earthling, her adventures do deal with space, so I'm
Yeah,
assuming another cosmic level character she'll be dealing with. And
maybe the scrolls.
well, this movie is taking place between the two-parter big ones, so
Yeah,
maybe, her movie's going to have to deal with getting out into space and getting help, perhaps.
perhaps, or trying to settle things on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one thing I can guarantee that these two movies that take place between the two-parter,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be interlinked.
Yep.
They have to be because there's no way you can have the big movie that we're going to talk about
Mm-hmm.
and then just have the other two be like, oh yeah, everything's fine,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out, drinking lemonade, yay. And there's no way you can do that,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the subject matter.
Yep.
And then November 2nd, 2018, Inhumans.
Yeah. Definitely Marvel's answer to the X-Men, as we've discussed.
Mm-hmm. I just hope they don't get. All right, in comic books, things are exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
Physical forms are exaggerated, and there's a few characters in the Inhumans that if you're going for a realistic look,
Mm-hmm.
would just look really stupid in live action.
That is true.
So I'm just wondering how they're going to, I know they're going to do a good job because there's characters in Guardians of the Galaxy that were really, in the comic books, were really over the top with giant red mohawks.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movie, it looked good.
Yep.
It was realistic and good.
Yep. That's the thing
So
with Marvel. They know how to take the comic book stuff and make it look good.
Yeah.
Like they did with Mockingbird on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Her comic book costume would have been, one, inappropriate and a little useless for what she's doing.
Yeah. And also with Captain America's costume.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out, it's a hokey fucking costume.
Yeah. But you turn it into a Kevlar suit, damn.
It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, like I said, a few characters kind of worry me. But I'm sure I'm not too worried.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Marvel's been proving themselves time and time again with their movies.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest test was this past summer, Guardians of the Galaxy. We were all concerned beforehand, like, how are they going to make this work? How are they going to just have these characters together? And after seeing it, it's like, wow, yeah, they did it. They made this work. They can basically make anything work at this point.
It's realistic, but stays true to the source material.
Exactly, yeah.
it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like that meme, DC's like, oh, the world's not ready for a Wonder Woman movie. Marvel, here's a talking raccoon who loves guns.
Yeah. And a
Who's
duck.
and a duck, and his best friend is a talking tree.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so even more excited. It's great because you get all these directors that actually love the source, who grew up reading the source material.
Mm-hmm. And they've
Not who didn't pick up an issue until they started directing.
Yep. And Marvel goes with the directors that are, good for the job.
Yeah.
James Gunn proved that. The Russo brothers proved that because, well, do you know what their feature movie was before Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
I'm drawing a blank right now.
It was You, Me, and Dupree. That's what they did before The Winter Soldier.
Oh my God, what a contrast.
Yeah, they did that in, episodes of Community and Arrested Development.
Wow.
Yeah, you would never have guessed.
I know, right?
And that's the guy doing Doctor Strange. What's he done beforehand? He's done The Exorcism of Emily Rose and a couple other horror movies. Sinister, I believe.
Don't get me started on Sinister. I know it's Halloween and all, but yeah. I didn't like those movies.
But that's the thing, though. Let's see. Director of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Sinister, Deliver Us from Evil, and Marvel's upcoming Doctor Strange.
That's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he can make it quirky enough.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I've noticed with Marvel movies. They're serious, but there's a lot of comedy in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be subtle stuff like in Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Where he busted into the garage and set his suit on the couch like it's just lounging.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. And the interaction between him and the little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Which was great.
Yep.
But I'm cold and hungry. I know, because we're connected, pout, drive off.
Yeah. Yeah, even though things, and that was with Guardians of the Galaxy too. Yes, there was the opposite side of that. There was lots of humor, but at the same time, boom, here's an emotional scene that's going to make you cry.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to ruin too much.
Well, I know the part about Groot.
Yeah. I'm going to mention the opening scene of the movie, though. The first, say, 10 minutes of the movie, it was an emotional scene akin to, the opening of Up.
Oh, wow.
It is by far one of the absolute most depressing, emotional scenes you will ever see in a Marvel movie. So yeah, they know how to.
I gotta see this movie.
So yeah, Marvel is good in mixing the serious, the depressing, and the humor together.
Oh God, Winter Soldier was another one.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where he goes to visit. I can't remember her name. His love from
Peggy.
World War II.
Peggy,
and she's there in the bed and oh shit, someone's at the door. Okay, we're back. What was I saying? Peggy, yes, and she's in bed with suffering. She sees, she's talking to Steve, and then she forgets, and then remembers that he's there, and that kind of that scene in particular kind of hit home with me.
Yeah, that was...
Because my grandmother, before she passed, she was kind of suffering from it wasn't Alzheimer's, but she had several strokes, and her memory wasn't good. And she'd forget who I was, but then she would remember.
Yeah.
So that was that. It's the realistic touches like that. Yeah. That made little. It's the little stuff that they do.
Exactly, yeah. Another example from the Winter Soldier is right at the end where they're fighting against Hydra and Cap and Falcon are running across the helicarrier and Falcon's like, how do we tell the good guys from the bad guys? And Cap's like, if they're shooting at you, they're the bad guys.
Exactly. And that's another thing from that movie. The reaction, that soldier camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact he looked at Captain and was like, so how do you sleep? When I got back from Afghanistan, sleeping on a mattress, I felt like I was going to fall through it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a real thing because I have friends that were in Afghanistan, that were in Saudi Arabia, that were overseas. And, there's like, yeah, it's hard adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
So he came back in. My roommate's dad, dressed as the Flash, with a bottle of Jägermeister and a bag of white powder. I know it's salt, but still.
I had to put these shorts on because the suit's too tight. My junk was showing.
Oh my god. Awesome.
Okay.
No, I got beer. I'm good. Thank you. No. He offered me the bottle of Jägermeister. I'm like, I'm good. Then he's like, he holds out the bag of white powder. Happy Halloween, folks. Oh, God. So, yeah. Thanks to me, once again, I'm derailed.
Oh, let's get back on track and discuss the big one then.
Oh, God, the big one.
The Infinity War.
This is so big, I can't even...
The movie that everything since, well, I guess the first Captain America movie has been building towards.
Exactly. And it's just...
The fact that they're splitting it into 2 movies is going to be massive.
Hugely massive. And the fact that not only is it split into 2 movies, they have 2 movies airing between each part.
Yep.
Captain Marvel and the Inhumans.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I said, is just raising the bar to a level that's... It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the crossover potential alone.
Yeah. It's like, who are we going to see in these movies? We know for sure we're getting Iron Man. He's going to be in one of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Hulk and Black Widow, we've been told that they're going to be playing a part in all the Avengers movies, even though they don't have their own solo movies.
Which they need. Even if it's a direct-to-video movie, I want to see a Black Widow movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've discussed Hulk movies to the point where it's like, yeah, we just need something.
Yeah. But yeah, like, between these 2 movies, everybody we've seen before is going to show up at some point. We're going to get War Machine. We're going to get Hawkeye. We're going to get the Guardians of the Galaxy show up.
We're going to get whoever pops up in Civil War.
Exactly, yeah. Black Panther's going to be there. Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Possibly, a certain web slinger we've talked about before.
Yeah, if the deal...
Because he did play a big role in the original Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, just looking at this, it's just so much potential for crossover.
Yep. And are we going to see, people from the TV series show up here?
I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been, See, that's the difference between Marvel and DC. DC, they flat out said the TV series are a different reality from the cinematic universe.
Yep.
Marvel, on the other hand, no, it's all connected.
Yep.
All of it.
Mm-hmm. What happens in one affects the other.
Which it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work, but it's brilliant.
Yep. And they've been pulling it off, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a great place for them to introduce other characters. Like, one of my favorite villains, Absorbing Man, was introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
And he is a major Hulk villain.
And they did him well, too, on the TV show.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the episode because I'm a lazy fuck, but... Well, no. Reality, it's been Dark Souls. But, yeah. Who are they going to introduce next?
Well, in the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they did plant a few seeds for other people, including Gravitron.
Oh, Gravitron.
No, not a Transformer, folks, but...
Yeah, I know Gravitron. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah. So,
I got discs that alter gravity!
no,
Hear me!
he was more powerful than that.
I know, but that's how he started.
Okay, yeah. But, yeah, there's seeds for that already. Like, they can do so much in the TV show to just plant those little seeds. I remember in the first season, we also got to hear Maria Hill on a phone call saying to whoever she was talking to, like, the government's asking so many questions, like, who or what is a man-thing?
I love Man-Thing. Now, see, a little controversy there. People are always talking about, who came first, Swamp Thing or Man-Thing. The creators of both were college roommates. So I honestly think they created both of them just, as an inside joke.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
So yeah, it's like, yeah, who is... Well, they're going to have to get one hell of a team together to stop Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, God. And even though it's just an early, rough CGI rendering of Thanos, he looks awesome.
Yep. Josh Brolin's going to kill it with that.
Oh, yes.
Like, even his little scenes in Guardians of the Galaxy, like, when you see him in that, it's like, oh, shit, this guy's for real.
The Mad Titan. The man so powerful he can just hang out in space like it's nothing.
Yep.
It always kills me that people is like, there's in comic book world, there's the constant debate, who's better, Darkseid or Thanos? In my mind, without a doubt, it's Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, Darkseid doesn't have a Thanos copter.
Thanos copter?
Oh, you've never seen that before?
Is this from that, what is it, Superhero Squad?
No, well, it might have been, but originally back in the comics when Thanos was, like, first introduced, at one point he did have a Thanos copter.
Oh, the 70s. I've just always wondered what was the deal with, like, Thanos and the Skrulls and several other alien races that had the pickle chin.
Oh, yeah.
That weird multi-cleft chin thing.
Yeah,
like,
that is very true.
It's like, well, how can we make him look even more alien? Make him a weird chin. But no, just the fact Thanos is such a badass.
That he is, yeah. And now James is going to look at an image.
Hellcat.
I just want at some point during, like, Infinity War...
Oh no, I got the Cosmic Cube!
Yeah. I just want, somebody like Tony Stark to make a little joke saying, like, what the fuck else does he have? A Thanos copter or something?
Oh, they might do that.
Yeah.
They just might do that. You never know with these fuckers. I mean, they've referenced so much other, random shit. But, oh, God. Yeah, Thanos is much stronger than Darkseid.
Yep.
Simply because during the in the comic books, during the Infinity War, the Eternal Beings had to step in to stop him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Christ, he wiped out half the universe with a snap of his fingers.
And physically decimated all the heroes of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
As in, he stepped off his throne and physically whooped all their asses.
Yep.
Darkseid cannot say that.
Mm-hmm.
Darkseid has been beaten by Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that's how, like, part one's going to end, probably, with Thanos, like, having won.
Yeah, I mean, what better way to end part one than just, at the very end, just, he gets the gauntlet, puts it on, just,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just cut the report. Reports of, just half the population of Earth disappearing.
Yeah.
Just boom, gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, what better, it's such a powerful punch to end it on.
Mm-hmm. Then you can probably get your after credits scene with probably, say Iron Man has survived and whatnot. He's trying to hide out somewhere. And, maybe Thor shows up right in the after credits scene. Like, oh, I thought you were dead out of Ragnarok. He's like, no, I'm here. And Cap steps out behind him. And probably says, it's time to get the team back together.
Time to get the band back together.
Time to get together for one last ride.
Oh, God, yes. Yes. I mean, this... I'd hate working in the theaters after this movie because there's just going to be so much nerd stuff to clear up. Just messes everywhere.
Oh, getting some wrong images in the mind for that.
You should.
Yeah, when it comes to Infinity War, what's like a character interaction that you hope to see in either part, like between two characters we haven't seen yet?
Ooh. That's a tough one. One of my favorite parts about the original Infinity War was when Cap realized they weren't going to win.
Mm-hmm.
He just watched the Hulk get killed
Mm-hmm.
by, Thanos.
Yeah.
Who wasn't using any superpowers. It was his own physical strength
Mm-hmm.
that killed the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the speech, but Captain America with purpose walks right up to Thanos,
Mm-hmm.
talk to him, that man was more than just a mindless monster. He was one of my best friends, this, that, and the other, and just slugs Thanos as hard as he could.
Mm-hmm.
Sad part, next panel, Thanos backhands Cap, snapping him in half. That was just like, even though he knew he couldn't beat him,
Mm-hmm.
he still kept fighting.
Yeah. That's the thing with Cap. He will continue fighting. He's the guy who will die to save others.
Yeah. And that's, you want an emotional impact in a movie?
Mm-hmm.
What better than that?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
The first part of the movie is going to have to be very emotional along with the second part.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's dealing with a guy who could literally destroy reality.
Yeah.
And how often does any comic book series deal with that seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can be argued that DC does the same thing with, their Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Mm-hmm.
But that's too gimmicky,
Yeah.
It's with the Marvel, it was more personal. Well, Marvel's always been more personable
Mm-hmm.
than DC has.
Yeah, you can always connect more with Marvel.
Yeah. Prime example, Batman was in Gotham City. Spider-Man was, suburbs of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could visit the places that Spider-Man had his adventures in.
He wasn't a millionaire. He was a guy, trying to balance his job with, fighting crime.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine, was pretty much just some poor schmuck who has the worst luck ever.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America was a veteran trying to deal with how much the world has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Thor was your classic outsider.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from this world. How do I adjust?
Yep.
Hulk. The kid who was always picked on.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly got all the power he wanted, but couldn't control it.
Yeah, dealing with inner demons.
Exactly. It's Marvel's always just been more relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for me, but for thousands of other people.
Yep.
Okay. I don't want to ramble too much.
Yeah.
Even though I could.
Yeah, we could easily. I'll end off with a humorous note. Then I just want to see Tony Stark and Rocket Raccoon have a chat. I don't really care how. I just want that to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. All this is going to happen, and it's going to, Marvel is going to make sweet, sweet love to everybody, and it is going to be glorious.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's going to welcome it.
Yep.
And it's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't think of, it's just so much awesomeness is coming just looking at this list.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Yep. And it makes us wonder too, like, what's coming after this? Like,
what the hell is Phase 4 going to be? Because they're kind of blowing a load with Phase 3 here.
Oh yeah, they're going all in. That's for damn sure.
I mean, they're starting with a war and ending with a war.
Mm-hmm. Well,
how do you top that? How do you go to the next level after that?
Mm-hmm. Well, probably Phase 4 will be. I hate using the word, but rebooting some people. Maybe we see in new Captain America movies played by like a different actor. Iron Man probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we get to see Rhodey spinned off in his own series. Maybe Falcon becomes Captain America.
Like in the comic books.
Or, what's his name? Winter Soldier, Bucky. Maybe he becomes Cap.
Which he did for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm interested in seeing how they're going to work the new female Thor into it.
Yeah.
And for those listening, it's not Thor suddenly becomes a woman.
No, it's an all-new character, basically.
Yeah, basically something happens. Thor is no longer worthy of yielding Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
Or Meow Meow. And someone more worthy takes up the hammer. And
mm-hmm.
like it says on the hammer, only those who are worthy shall possess the power of Thor.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that happens.
Yep.
Relax, people.
Mm-hmm. Then there's a ton, and by this point it's going to be the year 2020.
2020.
So, yeah. So, maybe we get Daredevil back on the big screen again.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Like the Heroes for Hire could be up on the big screen at that point.
At that point, they should have a strong enough fan following. I've seen pictures of the Daredevil series so far, and I'm loving it.
Yep. And maybe by this point they do have Spider-Man back, and quite possibly the Fantastic Four if that bombs for Fox.
Oh, I'm not getting a good feeling from it.
And then there's the other massive slate of characters we haven't seen yet from Marvel, like Blade and Punisher and Ghost Rider, who they've all gotten back. There's Moon Knight.
The darker stuff, yeah.
Like maybe we see Marvel Knights coming into the picture, the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
just so much potential for Phase 4.
Mm-hmm. And like we said earlier, maybe, Dormammu becomes the main overseeing villain.
Honestly, I think it'd have to be Mephisto.
Probably, yeah.
Because if I remember my hierarchies correctly, Mephisto was actually more powerful than Dormammu.
Uh, Probably, yeah.
It's just Mephisto was more of a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
What, you want your secret identity back? Sure, just sell me your soul. No, wait, he didn't even want that.
No, he just
You and
completely...
MJ are going to be separated for life, never married. Okay.
Like, basically just destroyed Spider-Man's life at that point.
Yeah, right? Oh, God, what if they do a House of M movie?
Hmm. Well, they'd need the mutants back, which...
I know, but still, that's a beautiful... I'd love to see that in movie format.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Age 4, I want you so bad. Take that any way you want. I don't care.
Oh, but we have so much to look forward to, and as one of my favorite YouTubers, Andre the Black Nerd, said in his video reacting to this news, at this point right now, we only gotta try and survive until the year 2020.
I know, right? Oh, God, we just got to make it.
Yep. We gotta survive Ebola.
Oh, don't get me fucking started on that bullshit. I am in this country where all this craziness is going on, and it's pissing me to right the fuck off.
Yeah. Alright, well, whew, yeah, that's the Marvel massive movie news dump, and I'm sure in the weeks and months and years to follow, we're going to have more to talk about each of these movies. We're just going to freak and fangirl all over the place with these.
All over, painting the walls white.
Oh, dear Lord.
Woo!
Alright, I guess we should continue onwards with our next segment, because we could still go on forever
Oh,
about those
we
Marvel
could
movies.
easily do this for hours, but we know people don't have hours to sit and listen to us.
Yeah, maybe we should do one of your drunk casts at one point, just revolving around this shit.
Oh, I know, right? All right, been playing.
Been watching and been reading.
What have you and watching and reading? I'm sorry, I'm repeating stuff because my audio kind of clicked out for a second there.
Ah. Alright, well, been playing section. I'm assuming I have more than you here.
You think?
Alright, quick breakdown of what I've been playing. More Shadow of Mordor. I've been getting my ass kicked over and over again.
Oh, isn't that?
Yeah. Pokemon, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire demo on the 3DS.
How is
Really
it?
cool.
Really cool?
Yeah, it's a very simple demo you can play over and over again, but by playing the demo you can unlock stuff that you can transfer over to the main game when it comes out.
Oh, that's cool.
So like the first time you play through it, you get a Glacie that has a Mega Stone onto it, which you can transfer over when you get the full game.
Nice.
And the third time I went through it, I got a set of Pokeballs that I can transfer over once I get the main game. So
Nice.
I think the more you play it, the more rewards you can unlock. So I've only gone through it 4 times so far, and that's the only 2 rewards so far. But I like that kind of stuff. Gives you
Yeah.
a taste of the game, and you're being rewarded for playing the demo.
Which is smart. Once again, Nintendo.
Yep.
I have to ask, how's Bayonetta 2?
Is that a good enough answer?
God, why can't they port this to other systems?
Well, all I have to say is thank you, Nintendo, for making sure this game happened, because more proof of Nintendo allowing a developer to make the game they wanted to make. Because I haven't played a great deal of it yet, but The story is so funny and amusing. The combat is just incredibly well done.
It flows together very well and it's very intuitive.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it's fun to go around beating up the enemies. And
Like it should be.
yeah, and it runs smoothly and it looks great. There has been no slowdown whatsoever. It's running at a beautiful 1080p, 60 frames per second. Like, I'm not going to get into that big old argument about 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second, but yeah, it's incredible how smooth the combat is, especially with like all the shit that can happen around you while you're fighting.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I'm massively impressed, and it's probably going to be up there vying for my game of the year, probably.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, that 91 on Metacritic, that's not lying. The game is that damn good.
Shit.
And the final game I've been playing has been more of Hatsumi Miku Project Diva F on the Vita. I
Yay!
recently, over this past week, went through hard mode.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Holy fucking workout for the fingers. It was insane. Like, my hand
Do you
cramped
have
up so
tunnel
much.
syndrome now?
I did for a bit while I was playing it, yeah. Literally, between my thumb and my index finger, I had a pain shooting through my hand. Just because I was trying
Oh
to
my
move
God.
my thumb that fast to hit the buttons. The
Oh,
game,
that's nuts.
yeah, the game was insane on hard, and I looked at extreme mode. I had to get through one song on extreme mode. That was fun, even though it was like the slowest possible song to do it, the easiest one to do it. Oh man, that still took me like 10 tries to beat.
Hello?
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, your audio is starting to cut out some.
Oh, sorry.
I think it just might be our connections
Okay, yeah, probably. Yeah.
that we've been going for an hour and 57 minutes now.
Yeah. Whew, yeah. So yeah, but I have to say the game's really fun, and I'm probably going to work my way through it. It's a lot of tedious grinding I have left, but I
Mhm.
think I can get the platinum trophy.
Oh, yeah, I think you can.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my next project probably. So what have you been playing?
Well, believe it or not, I actually beat Dark Souls 2.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I've only skipped 2 bosses
Mhm.
simply because they were the bullshit bosses.
Mhm.
The large wolf and the fire demon,
Oh, okay.
the one in Iron Keep.
Mhm. Oh,
Basically,
okay.
yeah, it's the one where it's a giant lake of lava and you have this little tiny platform to fight on.
Mhm.
I skipped that fucker. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
blame
you know what? Fuck this. This is too hard. I'm advancing in the story. Fuck this. Screw you guys. No. But I beat it and I've started my new game plus,
Mhm.
which is even harder than before.
Oh dear God.
Like there's new enemies, there's random invading phantoms,
Mhm.
and random invading players too. I had an interesting back and forth with a player last night,
Oh yeah.
and he got all pissed off because I didn't want to fight him.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually found myself in a location where he couldn't get to, and I just stood there while he was trying to snipe me, and I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Brilliant.
He got pissed off. He was sending me emails over the Xbox and everything. I was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. You play the game you want. You play the game your way. I'll play the game my way.
Mm-hmm.
No one says I have to fight you.
Yeah.
Which he, later on, he ended up invading me again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in a section where I couldn't get to a thing. And like always, he had a lag advantage.
Ah.
Like, I was clearly not in the area he was attacking,
Mm-hmm.
but his attacks were still hitting me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, which is the reason why I hate doing, PvP and those type of games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm still enjoying it, even though it's pissing me right the hell off.
Well, that's good. The joy of Dark Souls.
Yep, I've even started playing another game, believe it or not.
Ooh.
Overlord.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard of Overlord before.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're an evil overlord, and you're creating minions, and you're trying to take over this fantasy, You're the quote-unquote hero.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking out, like, fighting against unicorns and leprechauns.
Yeah.
And fairies trying to, save your world and build your kingdom. It's great. It's a strategy game, but it's still a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool, cool.
And that's all I've been playing.
Well, what have you been watching?
Just movies.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming up, so I've been watching a lot more horror movies and
Mm-hmm.
suspense movies and just weird, creepy stuff.
Cool.
Like one of my favorite YouTubers, Rob Dyke, does this series called Seriously Strange,
Mm-hmm.
where each week he picks a different subject and tells you, different actual events that happened. Like one of my favorite ones is the luckiest unlucky people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if you've heard the story. There was this story of a Japanese businessman who worked for Mitsubishi Industrial back during World War II, who was on assignment in Hiroshima
Oh.
the day it was bombed.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few days later, he worked his way back to his home base where the corporation's main base was, which was in Nagasaki.
Oh.
And here's the kicker. As he was describing, what happened to a fellow employee,
Mm-hmm.
the second bomb dropped
Mm-hmm.
as he was telling the story. And he survived both, bomb droppings. He's the only man in history to survive 2 atomic bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And he died in, I believe it was 2010,
Wow.
of stomach cancer.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I forget how old he was, but he was after that he became a huge advocate against nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, like any rational human being should be.
Mm-hmm.
And, he even talked to President Obama before he passed away. He was a good man.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, another one of his shows was Possessed Dolls.
Oh.
Like
No.
the true story of Annabelle,
Mm-hmm.
which is a new movie out, and they made the doll look all scary and freaky looking.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, the real Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann doll,
Mm-hmm.
which in my mind is even more terrifying.
Yeah.
But I've been, it's Halloween, because you kind of have to watch stuff like that for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And that's roughly about it.
Cool, cool.
I haven't been watching any superhero stuff, even though... No, not true. I watched finally got around to watching the season premiere of Gotham.
Cool. What did you think?
I really liked it. I can see the potential of having a origin series for the villains.
Mm-hmm.
But in all reality, they need to stay away from Bruce Wayne as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, the strongest episodes have had little focus on Wayne.
Right, because we all know his story.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I didn't like was the fact that Penguin
Mm-hmm.
killed a guy for a sandwich. I mean, we know he's ruthless. We know he's,
Oh, you ain't seen nothing from
Yeah, I
him
know
yet.
I haven't seen anything yet, but at the same time, just, really, did he need to kill a guy just for a sandwich?
Yeah.
Because he swam across the bay, got out of the water, killed a guy, and ate his sandwich. Why? Why would you do that?
Honestly, throughout the first, it's been 5 or 6 episodes now. I think it might be 6 now. But Penguin is honestly one of my favorite characters so far on the show. He gets better with every episode.
Oh my God. The first episode, he was great.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh,
way
he
he
gets better.
looked, his mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I like the fact that they're building this history between the Thorns and the Gordon family.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I knew your father. One might say we were friends.
Yeah.
It's just, the writing is there. Just stay away from the Waynes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Little cameos here and there are good, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't need to see the origin of Batman. We need to see the origin of Penguin. We need to see the origin of Joker. We need to see the origin of Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to focus on.
Yeah. Exactly.
At some point, maybe a cameo of Batman, but we're talking like years from now. The series makes it that long.
Which it won't. Like, everything they do with Bruce, hinting towards, like, oh, look, he's dabbling in detective work, or, ooh, he's sword fighting with Alfred. It's like, yeah, okay, we know he's going to become Batman. You don't need to hint at something we'll never see on this TV show.
Yeah, something that we already know about.
Mm-hmm.
It's infuriating. It's like, oh, we need to constantly remind people this is Batman.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, their strongest episode so far has had, like, 1 or 2 scenes with Bruce where it makes sense to show him.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait to actually find a day when I'm not working on my car or going to work where I can just sit down and watch Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
That and catch up with Green Arrow. Or Arrow, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, I have been watching Arrow, and
How is it?
oh my God, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Yesterday I watched the newest episode, and yeah, League of Assassins. Woohoo!
Oh, snap.
Yeah, things got real by the end of that episode. Like, the final scene is like, well, shit. Things are going to heat up really fast.
Has Raish stepped into the picture yet?
That was the end of the last episode.
Yes.
Yeah, you get to see your first look at Roz.
That's one thing that's right. Was it Raish Al Ghul or Raz Al Ghul? Because in the animated series, it was Raish.
Roz. I think they're going with Roz. Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly.
I can't remember what it was in Dark Knight
Mm-hmm.
or Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it was Raish or Raz.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been going good. The Flash. Holy fuck, The Flash. There's only been 3 episodes, I think, so far.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, yeah. 3 or 4. We had the first episode with the Storm Guy, Multiplex. 4 episodes.
Weather Wizard.
Yeah, Weather Wizard. Sorry. We had him. We had, I can't remember the Mist guy, what his name was now, but we had Multiplex. And the latest episode brought in Captain Cold.
Who played him?
Winsworth Miller.
Did he do a good job?
He did a fantastic job.
Good.
Like, the guy is an awesome actor. Love him. And yeah, he brought real a really cool version of the character. Yeah, like it was really good. And you know, it set up the fact that Cold is going to be like a recurring arch nemesis for the Flash.
Nice.
Yeah, and they hinted towards somebody else at the very end of the episode, and that episode was actually their first real crossover episode with Arrow, because Felicity was a part of this episode as well. Like, she was a
Oh.
main character in this episode.
Hmm.
There to give Barry a little bit of advice and whatnot. And it
Yeah.
was funny because in Arrow the next night, she showed up for the very last act of the episode going, "So, what did I miss?" So they're doing a good job of like keeping track of both series, like where they are together.
Which makes me wonder, is DC going to do it like, two separate universes? They have their cinematic universe and their television universe. Are they going to do it like
looks
that?
way, yeah.
Because there's rumors or reports that Nightwing is going to show up.
Yeah, there has been thoughts of it, yeah. Like
Because
I just
that
want to
happened.
see like when
I
Roz,
up, then it's like, boom, Batman's real. He's here.
yeah. It's like I'm hoping when Roz does like confront Queen for the first time, he's like, "Well, you're not the first billionaire I've had to deal with."
Nice.
Like, just a little subtle hint like that. Kind of like when Smallville was on the go in their final season. We had, fuck, I can't remember which character it was now talking with Superman, but he mentioned stuff like billionaires and women of wonder.
Yep, I remember that.
So yeah, just little hints like that's good. And there was one in the season opener of The Flash where they basically did confirm that Bruce Wayne exists in this universe.
Oh, why wouldn't he?
Hmm.
Now, if they can actually get Ben Affleck to show up,
Yeah.
it would be nice, but,
Hmm.
eh.
Yeah, either way, even like little subtle things would be cool. I mean, do you know about the Easter egg that I'm talking about?
No, I do not.
Well,
Go ahead. Spoilers!
well, right at the end of the first episode of The Flash, somebody pulls up a future newspaper, and the main focus of the paper is like the year 2018 or the year 2024, something like that. Anyway, it's like the skies have stopped turning red, but like the Flash has disappeared, basically signifying infinite crisis, really.
Ooh.
And but down in either corner there's like articles, and one of the articles is titled Queen Wayne Merger.
Oh.
And given that, the Flash exists in the same world as Arrow, they basically confirmed that yes, Batman does exist in this universe. One simple
Yeah.
name, that's all they had to do. And I'm honestly surprised I haven't heard more like podcasts and whatnot actually, bringing up that little piece of information.
Who knows? Maybe they're just holding off.
Hmm,
It's really hard to say.
yeah. But they have the seeds planted for like possibly a whole lot of stuff. We know the Suicide Squad exists in this universe.
Mm.
We know Harley
Harley's-
Quinn
Yeah.
exists.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so they're DC's TV stuff is just like top notch right now. Which
Yes, it is.
brings us to their other series that just debuted last week, Constantine. Which is way better than the Keanu Reeves movie.
Yes. Well, because it actually follows the comic book series. It's not just some, let's just give Keanu Reeves some supernatural powers.
Yeah, exactly. And the actor they have playing Constantine is brilliant in the role. Like, have you seen much
Yes.
of it yet?
I really should be watching it, but Dark Souls.
Yeah. But yeah, that first opener is amazing. Like, it starts off with Constantine already having checked himself into a mental hospital to try and forget the whole Newcastle incident. So yeah, it was funny, humorous, really dark, and I'm quite looking forward to what they do with it. And they did have one big Easter egg in the episode as well.
Oh?
Yeah, there's one part where the girl he's trying to save, he takes her to her father's old little getaway place, and it's filled with like all these different mystical artifacts and whatnot.
Yes, I saw the picture.
Yeah, she decides to pick something up, and it's clear as day what it is. It's Dr. Fate's helmet.
Oh my fucking god, yes.
And basically all he says at that point is like, drop that before it drops you.
Ah!
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Just like a blatant Easter egg right up front. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that.
It's like that, not so much an Easter egg as is a, hint.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I thought that was really
And our connection is getting worse.
Yep. So we should probably try and get through the rest of this real quick.
Yes, we should.
The Walking Dead, awesome as always.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching Orange is the New Black on Netflix. I'm surprised how good that show is.
I've been hearing good things about it. I should check it out.
Yeah, it's quite good. And within the first 10 seconds, you'll see boobs, so.
Yay!
The big thing I did watch this past week was I went and saw John Wick.
Oh, God, I want to see that movie. I saw the trailer, and I was like, yes.
I hadn't watched anything before going into it, just, like, heard rumors on, like, how good it was. It's fucking badass. Like, this is the Punisher movie not starring the Punisher.
Yeah, plus Keanu Reeves is acting in it.
Yeah. It is his best role since The Matrix.
Which is funny because he was just pretty much a emotionless puppet in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, just from what I've seen of the trailer, he's, emitting emotions and, acting.
Yeah. Like, at first you think, oh, he looks like he's just going to be the same old emotional thing again, but it's like, no, you can tell, like, it's almost like he's acting like an emotional character, but you see past that and see, like, how many emotions he's going through.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fantastic, and the action was great. It also had the guy who plays Theon Greyjoy into it. Willem Dafoe was in the movie.
Oh, God. There's a bunch of people in the movie, actually.
Yeah, there really is.
It's a strong cast.
It really is, yeah. Surprisingly strong. But yeah, awesome movie. Lots of action, lots of crazy stuff, and John Wick is a fucking badass. Like, there's one scene in the movie where the Russian guy is, like, explaining to somebody else, like, we called him, and he gave the Russian name for the boogeyman. He's like, so you call him the boogeyman? It's like, no. He's the guy you send to kill the fucking boogeyman.
I just love the scene in the trailer where when the Russian kid is bringing the car to the chop shop, and the guy who runs the chop shop's like, where did you get that car?
Yeah.
And it just slaps the shit out of him. Get that car out of here!
Yeah. The best part is there's another scene that follows shortly after that where the guy who gets slapped, his father calls in, the main bad guy in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Calls to the guy, he's like, why did you slap my son? He stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And all the Russian guy can say is, oh, and hangs up the phone. Like, he knows what's coming.
It's like, oh, God. Son, you fucked. Oh.
Yeah.
You fucked.
Yeah, you fucked up way more use
Wait.
there.
I mean, I got that feeling just from, it's like they broke into his house, they stole his car, and they killed his... Why would you kill the dog?
Mm-hmm.
That's just,
Yeah.
stealing a man's car is bad enough, but killing his dog is even worse.
Yeah. And
But then you find out the emotional attachment to the reason why the puppy was so important.
Yep.
It's just like, oh yes, kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
And another plus here, the fact it was still a puppy,
Mm-hmm.
which means it's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
His wife dies of cancer and leaves him the puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of it. It's in the heart. Feels, damn it, feels. And just the fact that it's still a puppy, which means it's only been a few weeks, if that.
Yep.
So of course he's gonna go fucking berserk on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I want to see this movie.
Yep. It's well worth it. I was skeptical before I went in because I hadn't watched anything. It's like, do I want to pay an IMAX ticket for this? Yes, I did.
You saw it on the IMAX?
I saw it in IMAX.
How many organs are you missing at this point?
It was cheap movie day, okay? It cost about the
Okay.
same as a normal movie ticket at that point.
Okay.
So yeah. That basically does it for me for been watching. In the been reading section, more Axis stuff. Avengers X-Men Axis number 3. Really good story where the villains came in to save the day.
Oh, God.
And at the end it was Doctor Doom and Scarlet Witch who managed to cast a spell to stop Onslaught, but in the process of doing so, this big flash of light went off. When everybody woke up, they weren't exactly the same people anymore. It wasn't really explained in that issue. You had a little falling out between Steve Rogers and Havoc at the end. It's something seems a little off there.
Mm-hmm.
But in Deadpool number 36, you see a bit more of that. Before I get to that, though, the opening of that book was Deadpool pulling Tony Stark away from the fight and talking to him, asking to be an Avenger.
Of course.
And Tony's like, shut up, where are you pulling me? Deadpool's like, I was only going to charge you up. And of course, Tony allows him to be an honorary Avenger for the day.
Of course, because... I'm sorry, if you got the merc with the mouth and he's asking to be part of your team, yes.
Well, no, for the most part, if you're those people.
No. It's you want the craziest fucker in the world on your side. You don't want to be fighting against him.
And of course, when Deadpool and Tony get back into the fight, Deadpool's singing, what's that song? When I Saw Her Face, Now I'm a Believer. Instead of the lyrics are like, now I'm an Avenger. And Tony's like, God damn it, I'm going to have that song stuck in my head now.
Avenger!
Yeah. So, at the end of near the end of the book, the flash of light goes off. Deadpool wakes up and he's feeling kind of funny. He looks over, there's Carnage walking by. He's like, hi Cletus. Hi Deadpool. Carnage is waving at him, walking on by. Just sounds watching, no anger, no nothing. And Deadpool looks at Kirk, Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler basically just bitches him out. Completely different Kurt than what we know. Deadpool's, that's weird. He goes off, and by the end of the book, Deadpool's making a Zen garden in his backyard. He has lost his urge to stab.
And all their personalities have been switched.
Yeah, their personalities have been switched. Deadpool is a pacifist right now at the end of this.
What the fuck?
I don't have it on my list here, but I also read Axis Carnage number 1.
Uh-huh.
Carnage is going through, different feelings he's never had before right now.
Well, yeah, because before he was kind of going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Everything he knew was just shattered on the ground.
Yep. And now he's got these feelings of, He wants to save people, be a hero.
Oh my god.
So as he's swinging through the city, he's like, he hears this damsel in distress. He's like, oh wait, I can. It like cuts to a little scene of him like slashing the woman in half, and the next panel's like, oh wait, that's wrong. Cuts down, he jumps down into the fight. He's like, I'll save you, and he goes and punches the guy. He punches him so hard that an eyeball pops out. It's
Oh
like,
god.
oh, whoops, that was probably a little too hard. Another guy comes by, he's like, oh, you have a knife. I can have knives too. And he cuts off the guy's arm. It's like, oh, wait, I think I'm doing this wrong.
Oh, this is weird.
Yeah, he's singing through one point going, Carnage Man, does whatever Carnage can. By like the end of the issue, he accidentally kills somebody. He's like, oh wait, right, heroes don't kill. He saves this news reporter, takes her, and it's like, I need you to teach me how to be a real hero. And the issue just ends with her screaming.
Oh my god.
It was by far one of the funniest damn comics I have read in recent memory. I could not stop laughing through the entire thing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pick this up.
Yep. Oh, it's worth it. So good.
Yeah, I haven't been reading anything.
Well, Carnage Access #1's a good place to start.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Because it's just like, there's hints of what we know about Carnage still there, but just to see the flip in character-wise, it could have been done so poorly. It's like, oh, Carnage is a hero. Meh. But just how brilliantly it's been written.
Yeah, because we've kind of seen the same thing with Venom, when Venom decided to become a hero.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah. But Carnage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great.
That's the last person you would expect.
Yeah. On so many levels.
Yeah. And just the fact that, like, he's trying to be a hero here, but still not quite there. He's got this sickening feeling in his stomach. He's like, oh, wait, is this guilt?
What is this? No, seriously, what is this?
Oh.
Oh, man. I definitely got to pick that up.
Oh, dear God. I just got the image you sent me.
Oh, the Flash one, or?
The Flash one.
Yeah, that's my roommate's dad. Now imagine that, a bottle of Jägermeister in one hand and a bag filled with a white substance in the other. The Flash.
Oh, my God. Whew.
Oh, man, yeah, it's going to be an interesting Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to more Access issues in the near future. It was a good time to get back into reading comics.
Yeah, I kind of got a little for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're getting some good writers again.
Yep.
You know, continuity's starting to become a thing again.
Mm-hmm. Until we hit next summer, and Marvel apparently is bringing back every single event they've ever done.
Again.
I'm very curious on what they're doing there. Because something big is coming about.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not just, well, we kind of forgot about stuff to write about.
Yeah. So, did you read anything this past week?
Besides text in a video game? No, not really.
Fair enough. So I guess we can... Holy shit, this recording. I
know, right? We're pushing 3 hours so far.
Oh my god. Yeah, shameless self-promotion.
I'm planning on doing a podcast of my own within a few weeks here, hopefully, depending on schedules, but we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
But you, on the other hand.
Yeah, you asked for it the last time we recorded, and I've given the people what you asked, and that was more unprofessional reviews. More quickfire ones.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 13 and more recently Dead Space have both gone up. Hope you all enjoy them.
Which I did.
Oh, thank you. And the only other thing to promote as the usual is I streamed a little Minecraft on the PlayStation 4, giving a tour of the CanUK Kingdom, stuff that myself and Big Boss have built.
Nice.
Yep. And a lot of what was shown off was built prior to going into creative mode, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've put a lot of work into our little kingdom.
It's recorded, right?
It is, yep.
Have you put it up yet? Or
It is up on the YouTubes.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out after the podcast.
Coolio. I'll send you a link. And
You-
yeah, that's
you-
that's pretty much it for my shameless self-promotion. Look forward to more of the usual coming soon.
Yay!
Questions and comments. We didn't have any of those again, so yeah, if you got questions and comments, please leave them down below. We'll answer anything, really.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, God, I told people about my man crush.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually got to be pretty drunk to talk about that.
So yeah, if you got questions and comments, please leave them down below. And yeah, before we ramble on any further, I do believe this is a good point to end the podcast. So once again, please take us away, James.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us for this 2 hours and 31 minutes of the CanUK podcast. Tune in next time when you'll hear Lord X talk about, I don't know, video games. Till then, stay classy, America and world and Canada and UK and
San Francisco.
San Francisco, especially San Francisco.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.